this one's pretty serious. Cam Newton was, I was going to say almost jumped, but he was jumped at youth football camp.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Cam Newton's former NFL quarterback for the Carolina Panthers and New England Patriots, he was attacked just this last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it all happened at an Atlanta youth football camp that was actually invitation only. And they were playing a game of 7-on-7 football.
Yeah.
He is okay and not injured, and the Superman was able to hold off 3 attackers at once.
Oh my gosh.
What's your first impression of this incident?
I'm not gonna lie. I seen the video and I was like, I didn't know who it was. I seen hair. I'm like, okay. And then I seen Cam Newton. I'm like, that's not Cam Newton. Ain't no way. But then I kept watching it. I'm like, yo, that's him. Like, and I'm thinking it's grown men fighting him, but I kind of realized, oh, that's kind of like teenagers. That's like teenagers type thing. And I respect the fact that he wasn't trying to hurt them. I mean, because any other person in that position, I mean, you don't know what he could have put out a gun. You don't know stuff, things like this. You don't know a person's mindset. But since he didn't want to hurt anybody, he kind of used his strength and held his own. He definitely held his own in that situation. So I gotta give him his props. That was crazy though.
Yeah, at first I thought they were trying to steal Cam's hat because he's always wearing like a signature hat,
Yeah.
something different and interesting. But you saw 3, maybe 4 guys come up and they're grabbing him and they're punching, and he's just trying to get away. He's
like anybody else without that size and strength, like it wouldn't have been that case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is 3 or 4 people, so regardless, you can't hold off 3 or 4 people. But he's so strong, he was having people over here. It kind of seemed like he was breaking up a fight. That's how it kind of looked. Like, okay, y'all chill. But it was all against him. I did see a late hit though. I don't know if it landed on him, but I seen a hit later in that video.
He was probably fine. I mean, 6'6", about 250 pounds. And, looking back years ago, this is somebody who got hit by a dump truck, and then he played the next week. So, I wouldn't go and try to mess with him at all.
No, Cam he's different. He's a different type of quarterback. I mean, he's not your regular quarterback. I mean, he's too tough. He can really play like a running back or like a, you know what I mean? He's that type of tough. His legs are like steel. Arms, so I was like, when I seen that play with him with the Panthers and he jumped over, I guess, the hole and they hit him in the air and he just got up like, whatever, we scored. Like, that's a dangerous play. But yeah.
His attackers were coaches from TSP, which stands for Top Shelf Performance.
Yeah. And
it's a U.S. 7-on-7 football program.
Mm-hmm.
The company also personally trains wide receivers and kids football all the way to the NFL.
Yeah.
And also, what had happened was, what it came out was this was all about money. I think that they were maybe betting on the games, the 7-on-7 games.
Yeah.
And things got heated. And but considering there were 3 or 4 people on one person, that's an attack.
Yeah.
And I would fire these coaches right away if I was at the head
definitely,
of
because
TSP.
where's the control? Where is the supervisor? Like, why did it take so long for them to break the things up? Where's his security? I don't know if he came with security, but where's the security at? Like, this was unprofessional. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, they found the opportunity to come at him. He didn't have any security around him, but, I'm just glad he didn't get jumped. I'm glad it wasn't like a bad situation. But like I said, I don't know if he's going to sue. Or I don't think so. Like I said, it's kids, but at the same time, if it was any other incident, they would sue.
Yeah, a TSP quote to The Athletic. We are deeply concerned about the recent incident involving Cam Newton, and our thoughts are with all the parties affected. Violence has no place in our community, and we strongly condemn any form of aggression.
Mm-hmm.
And the internet has really made everything so visible, and now it's easy to connect with celebrities in positive and negative ways.
Yes.
Will we start to see more incidents like this in the future?
Yeah, sadly, but I don't think it's definitely going to be controlled. Like I said, I don't think people are just going to mess with NFL players or even retired, because I mean, these are big superstar dudes. I don't, you don't want to get yourself in a bad situation, So Nah, I think this was just something like, a little tussle, little fight, but like I said, Cam, he held his own. I mean, it's just weird how this is happening though. Like why are they messing with somebody who's not even in the lead anymore? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I really think Cam should have won a Super Bowl when he was playing. I remember him getting drafted. I thought he would definitely win one.
I mean, but you know what? I feel like he was on the wrong team. The Panthers they made history, but I feel like if he had one of those teams like trying to think just one of those teams that kind of already they win games, they mostly make it to the playoffs. Panthers aren't really a team that like just goes like we know they're gonna make it. Like I can see them on the Vikings, maybe something like because the Vikings are like that middle team. They're for sure making a division, but we don't know about further.
The combo of him and Adrian Peterson would have been lethal.
That would have been crazy. But yeah, y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. Just the whole Cam Newton thing. I seen this video with the TSP people, I guess, kind of just speaking out, and they were saying, I guess, Cam. I don't know if it was Cam or his team was talking trash first. I kind of initiated, but I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, his biggest regret, I bet, is probably losing the Super Bowl to the Denver Broncos in 2016 following the 2015 NFL season.
Yes.
So, if he isn't getting harassed by elite edge rushers, Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware, does Cam lead the Panthers to their first Super Bowl win?
Yeah, I definitely could see that. I was rooting for Cam. Like I said, he's a talent. He's a young, still now. I feel like still now he can play. He can definitely play. It's unfortunate that the teams aren't really trying to give him like another shot. Especially because he does so much work with football. He trains people. He, coaches college players, building them up. So it's just like, why not?
Yeah, when he got to the Patriots, I was hopeful, but at the same time was not sure that it was the right fit. And it really wasn't. Maybe we can blame Bill Belichick or the departure of Gronkowski, but I think some of it has to do with the recent rise of the Buffalo Bills and now the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
And I believe following in Brady's footsteps was a mistake for Cam Newton. If Drew Brees retires a year early, I think Newton should have gone to the Saints. How would that have worked out?
That would have been better. Yeah. And we could have worked, molded him and worked around with him. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Could you see him with Atlanta, the Falcons?
I think so. I think he's got all that familiarity there in the NFC South. So staying in that division would have been better.
Would have been good, yeah. Instead of kind of just going up north, you don't really know nobody, and it's like you got to kind of, if you don't click with the team and that chemistry's not there, it's like it's kind of hard.
There were a ton of great games with the Panthers and the Saints during Cam's reign.
Yeah.
So as a Saints fan, what's your perspective about Cam Newton?
He's just always been a challenge for us. He's always been a challenge, but like I said, it was just a respect for him, the way he plays and just how effective he was for the Panthers. But yeah, he was always a problem. He was always a problem for us.
Yeah, do you think it would have been interesting to see Newton directly compete with Brady in the 2020 NFC South?
Oh yeah, that would have been that one is like that's unpredictable right there. I mean, I don't know who would take that, because with Cam's toughness and he can throw, to Tom Brady's IQ and his length and stuff is like it'll be a back and forth match.
Yeah, y'all please let us know what you think about the whole Cam Newton situation. Up next, J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.